it's very important for the beginners, even color belts, to understand the concept of grips, right? Connection and transition. What that means? You need grips to lead into a connection, right? And then the connection, what we're gonna do, we do a pit stop to make sure our grips, our angles in place in order to do the transition. So basically, that's what all you're gonna do for the rest of your life while you train jiu-jitsu. You need grips, right? Depends what kind of grip, collar grip or sleeves. And then the grips leads into a connection. And then make sure you do the connection. And then from the connection, leads into a transition. So what that means, the transition? Transition can be, just pick a close guard. So from close guard, you can transition that instead of just hold the collar. You can go for cross grip on the sleeves. You can start transition to the back. From the close guard, transition can be leads into a sweep, right? Or transition can lead into another type of guard, basically like both sleeve control. I'm in a close guard, and then I'm gonna start transition, build my spider guard control. So it's very important for the beginners to know that I need grips, right? And then what I see the most like happens is when you get the grips, they go straight to transition. Why is the problem? Because you skip the most important part, the connections, right? So focus on those fundamentals. Grips, make sure you have the proper grip, and then go for the connections, and then from the connections you go for the transition. So those three elements, the three dots have to go together. Sometimes I see collar belts does this mistake. They grip and they go for the transition right away. That can happen. That also can translate into the top position. You need gauge grips first from the top, and then start reposition your connections, and then you work a transition to the pass. So same thing happen. Big mistake that a lot of people does. They get grips and then they go right into the transition, which they skip the connections, which is a big mistake. Okay. So I'd like to also mention that beginners, they need to understand, this applies just not just for beginners, but for white belt, blue belt, purple belt, all the belts basically. You need to understand when it's time to push, when it's time to pull. Sometimes the person passes your guard and then you pull the person right into side control, which help them more, right? So what I like to lay out for everybody that learns jiu-jitsu, especially the people that I like to teach, I like to push when I'm defending, and I like to pull when I'm attacking, okay? So that's basically it. You push when someone's passing, get out, right? You just push it away, and then you pull to attack, and that's gonna help you stay organized into a game, okay? So focus, oh man, right now, should I push or should I pull? Depends what situation you are. So understand what scenario. If you're defending, you push it away to create space. If you're attacking, you pull the rope. So basically that's what we're gonna be doing in the instructionals, that you're gonna help you guys a lot, especially that you guys are starting new game, starting this life of jiu-jitsu. Make sure that you have to understand and give the priorities, like prioritize your training in terms of understanding the connection. So the grips, connection, and transition is gonna be a big thing in these instructionals.